Spoiler alert. A significant Sith question is being addressed by Star Wars, 25 years after the publication of The Phantom Menace, with the first 2 episodes of the series, The Acolyte, finally debuting and exposing a huge plan against the Jedi. Set 100 years before the events of the Skywalker tale, Consequently, the Sith's participation has contributed to the development of a well-established notion about dark side users and their customs, as demonstrated in The Acolyte. Amandla Stenberg, an assassin, is eliminating particular Jedi associated with her history. The Jedi Order is prompted to look into this, and their findings provide light on May's sinister background in the person who trained and hired her, a man who very definitely looks to be a Sith Lord. In light of this fresh information, has emerged on the Sith's Rule of Two, a dark side custom that was initially presented in the 1999 film, The Phantom Menace. Welcome to Movie Spy. The Always to There Are rule was first introduced by The Phantom Menace, the Palpatine Sith, and Darth Vader rules of 2 Star Wars images. The Jedi Order was informed by Darth Maul entrance and The Phantom Menace that the Sith Lords were not as extinct as previously thought. They were unable to determine at this point in the Star Wars canon whether Darth Maul was the Sith apprentice or the Master, proving that there can never be more than 2 in existence at once. Subsequently, this was elaborated upon and verified as the Sith Rule of Two instituted by Darth Bane millennia prior to the events of the Skywalker story. Even though there were once exactly as many Sith as there were Jedi in the Old Republic era, Darth Bane was driven to eliminate every Sith save for himself by internal strife and frequent betrayals. This ensured the survival of the Sith and their primary goal of reclaiming the galaxy and exacting revenge on the Jedi by uniting most of the dark side strength within Bane and an apprentice he started training. As a result, according to the Rule of Two, there must always be one to embody the power and one to crave it, a master and an apprentice. However, how can a novice become a master without endangering the Sith by enlisting acolytes? It is eventually expected of the apprentice to assassinate the master and ascend to their position while selecting their own apprentice. This suggests that if the apprentice murders the master, there won't be another Sith for a while until they locate a new apprentice, which might be harmful for the Sith Lord's existence in the interim. But now that May and other acolytes have been recruited by an apprentice before going against the master, the acolyte is contributing to the canonical notion that this is the case. Right now, it appears that May is being tested by the disguised Sith Lord that she saw at the conclusion of the Acolyte's first episode. She is supposed to demonstrate her worth by eliminating Jedi without the use of weapons, or maybe with a Jedi's own lightsaber, given the way May keeps grabbing for them. However, given that May killed her first 2 Jedi Masters, Zara and Torbin, using poison and blades, one has to wonder if she has already failed her test to become the apprentice's new Sith Acolyte. Originally featured in Star Wars Legends, Acolytes are now canonically prospective Sith Lord apprentices, Starkiller from The Force Unleashed 2, and Darth Vader. In any case, it's important to remember that although the concept of Sith apprentices hiring acolytes is new to the fiction of Star Wars, Acolytes of the Sith were partially established in the non-canon legends. There are a number of acolytes in the Old Republic who aspire to be initiated and serve as an official apprentice to a Sith Lord. Similar to this, Starkiller, the main character of The Force Unleashed, was also in some ways seen as an acolyte in Legends because he was Darth Vader's covert apprentice and was meant to aid in the overthrow of Palpatine before the events of the original trilogy. Though Asajj Ventress was known to Palpatine, one could argue that she was Count Dooku's canonical Acolyte during the Clone Wars. But when she grew too strong, he did give Dooku the order to kill her because he thought Dooku may use her to topple him. In any case, the Acolyte promises to be an intriguing read as we follow May's path toward the dark side and speculate about the identity of this cloaked Sith apprentice.